Hello, my people. It took me see, I was in denial about the word fear. I just did, I kind of, well, I thought, well, I know it's, when you put the F down, there is the word ear. And I was like, I don't, I guess I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why. I don't know why the word ear is in fear. There's got to be profound reason, said my precious dear. And now I understand because I'm now in this gear. And she said, no, this is obvious. Just think about it, my dear. Okay. And I said dear twice. Gotta get out of it. No, was it a deer or a deer? In the headlights. Fucking. And now clear your eyes. I'm gonna tell you something. Why the reason why? The reason why put the word ears and fear for the sheep, when you read it, when you look at the real scripture, you look at it. See, when you hear something, when you're hearing things, it could cause a lot of fear. Like if somebody says something, like your TV set says, "Here comes a bunch of water," or something like, maybe, what do they say? Like, "Here comes a pandemic full of something," and then they're like, and they hear it, but they don't see it. See that's see, the ear is the one that creates fear. It really does. It can, right? It can. Like you can hear like how you hear music, and it's okay to listen to all this stuff, and it won't make you fearful. But if you do, like hear a psycho tune or something, like, oh my God, babes, you know these horror movies that they've made. Some of them, like in the past, I remember when you hear the advertisements. Ooh, this is giving me the chills right now. They would make this sound. They would find a sound somehow. The movie industry and the movie makers, they would find a sound. They would be like the chilling advertisement of the horror film you will not believe. And then every once in a while you'll hear this sound in the background. And me, see, I'm a sound artist and musician. I'm very sensitive. I'm an audio clairvoyant, kind of, what's called clairaudience, and I have audiographic memory. And these sounds that they're bringing up, I mean, I've heard a lot of them, all hundreds, right? But they kind of don't do it anymore. I don't know. They probably do. No, they do. I've heard it. They still find these certain kinds of sounds that, for me, babe, I don't know. Okay, I'll tell you what it is, but it is horrifying sounding. It brings up chills in and you start feeling fear, and there's nothing you can see that's there. It's just this sound. Now, I suspect, those sounds are coming from something that is actually connected to something that is actually very terrifying. Like, like maybe there's a bunch of guillotines. Like maybe they used a bunch of guillotines to cut off a bunch of heads one era, and but they put the guillotines over there in a fucking storage unit. But they said, let's just go get a guillotine. It's kind of rusty, but they kind of, it's connected to some really shitty shit, right? But they press record, and they move the guillotine, and it makes this weird sound like, "Yeah, yeah," and you're like, ooh, what is that? And they do that. Or they might, and you don't know that, like the hell screams or something, they could be real when they insert them in there, and you are not really looking or actually touching anything. So that's why the word ear is installed in fear in the interfacing system sent from benevolent beings. It is very pre-programmed like that. It's there to remind you, babes, don't ever forget that you can be put in such fear just by something that hits your ear. Don't do that. Wait till you see something, and then wait till something is done close to you. If it comes, and be alert, right? See, you have to use your eyes to see and your ears to hear, but your ears, see, that's the far more deceptive place, because you hear words, they go in your head, and that's not really, like, in reality yet. Kind of like when I demonstrate how that, well, you can put your really tight ass fucking sound canceling things on, like the humdingers try to give me. And I think they should put them on, because they can't seem to hear something without fearing something. They're living in fear, and so now everything that's said is going to knock them off kilter. It's like you can say something like, a bucket, an iron bucket is falling out of the sky. And they will feel like now that they were just hit by something. Do they think they're getting hit now? Like somebody says, water, water, water. Now they just, now automatically they think they just had gotten wet. Like, do they imagine they got wet? See, do you see what I'm saying, kids? This is the real thing I'm here telling you about. I am real. And the benevolent being who is contacting me about how she's sending us messages through these capital letters, I know how to translate them. I know how to, now I'm learning how to be very impeccable about trying to get these configurations right. See, this is the truth. If you do not get these configurations right, when you start typing them, especially when you go higher up, babes, there's some things, if you make a mistake, it could throw the trajectory of an entire civilization off for like another 500 years before somebody figures out somebody's spelled something wrong. I'm not kidding. And I am not talking about your flatline, lower base case wasteland. Any civilization that was built on that crap can be legally, by intergalactic fair play wartime policy, easily just wiped out into flat white ashes with any free energy weapons, because that was built on a lie. Now let's talk about your libraries. Libraries. No matter what, the word Aries is there, so you're kind of in a cool place and it's all over your face. But then did you notice the word ace when you put the F down and you make that sound? You know that I'm rhyming and it's good timing and it sounds great. It's because that's real. I did this last time when I got my download deal, but this is very, very intense and it's happening again. And you can hear it just quite simply, can't you, my friend? Well, anyway, that's the way it works. You can just, is it really happening? No. And I am a jerk. No, you just, the shift is there and you're like, boom, now I'm bump, beam, and now I'm giving you these messages very fucking potent. And I hate to tell you also, babes, right now you're looking at somebody, you're like, who is this person? Well, I'm the one that destroys the world. I'm alerting you right now, as soon as possible, get away from it. If you want to be safe, get away from it. It's not yours. You'll be okay. Just get away from it. The world is going away. I will be destroying all of it, and it will be once and for all. So think about just backing your ass away from that shit, first of all. If you're mine, my sheep, you don't belong there. Nothing is there for you. It's very inhospitable. Run for the hills and consider your real place over there, please, while I get this done. Because truthfully, no, really. Aquarius, coming up, I'm an Aquarius moon, see, but the Aquarius age is here, and you'll never hear something more divine coming into your ear. It'll be different, though. See, it's not like it's going to drive fear. It's actually really going to make you relax. It will, because here's how it's going to be. And it's the most divine sound. You'll think, well, why didn't I ever hear it like that before? It's because it's never been said like that from a really genuine place. The big giant, I don't care anymore. I just don't care. Don't even wrap it up, sign it, seal it, just burn it. Fuck that place. Every bill, every gatekeeper, every warlock, fucking bunch of shit. Bill. Fuck Bill. Who's Bill? No, that's, oh, put the B down. Ill. Yeah, no, it's going to be true. That's kind of the secret hymn of the Aquarius. Yeah, they're about freedom, but no, you'll see it, because when it's considering the world, it's just like if it's just crumbling down and you gotta get your fucking caulking and start spackling the piece of shit up. No, those people, they're just like, I don't care anymore. Fuck that. I'm gonna go over there. Where everybody has the woolen hair. They seem to be breathing clean air, but look at all of the nice dirt there. It's like more valuable than gold. Gold itself can't grow you a flower, and where the fuck do you think you're going to go when you're walking after hours? It's so dangerous out there, and don't you want to take a shower and have a little bit more power? You got to cause a tower to break open and fall apart, and that's what I'm doing. That's the Aries art. We're like, well, too bad that didn't work. Cut it there and take it out and stop fucking getting in my hair. So thank you for listening to this, and that's what I had to say about the word fear. Now I know. And this game we're going to play. It is called a war game, and you're in a video game. And the next download I'm going to be getting for us is, well, it's going to be a little difficult. It's very kind of weird. And to tell you the truth, this thing that I've been dragged into, that I find myself doing, it's quite a burden. Believe me, I thought I was going to just play the guitar and do nothing and just be a completely useless to everybody and me thing. I don't even eat popcorn, right? I'm not a useless. I couldn't even be that as fucking. I'm lower than a useless popcorn eater, but no, it's not true. No, I've got something very profound here to do. Of course, if you really looked at me, if you knew who I was and you saw everything that I have acquired, well, it's not a coincidence that I sit like this in my own this home that I built in my last lifetime. I was my own great grandpa. Do you like all those paranormal videos where you can just say, oh, well, these reincarnations are happening? Somehow these war heroes, like at 70 or 80 years old, are meeting up with their old buddies who died when they're fucking 5 and 6. And that is the truth. And if you're not researching things, man, I watched so many near-death experience things, and it's real. No, it is truth. No, when a little boy says, starts talking, he's like, by the way, I was killed when I was 26. I need to go over here. I'm over there buried. They didn't solve my mystery. It sucks. See, I was hit right here, and he points at a fucking birthmark. And yeah, they killed me with the hatchet, and they did all this stuff, and they put me over there. I saw when I went up. And then, so and their parents is like, whoa, how could we not believe this? I mean, why would a kid make this up? So, did I write up again? I'm sorry, Calvin. I bet you can do better than that. Anyway, look. So, the parents go over and says, you know, my son keeps saying that there's a body over in those hills and it's his. And they're like, well, okay, well, just to humor the fucking guy, let's go look. And they found it. He was a 26-year-old man with a hatchet right there, and the kid was so relieved. He's like, finally, now, okay, I'm gonna go ride my tricycle, babes. So I built this house in my last lifetime. I know who I am very thoroughly. And I'm just around very disrespectful people that did not ever bother to get to know me. They're not capable of meeting anybody where they are, right where they are, and because they don't know where they are at any time, they're just, ugh. So I'm going to be defending myself, and I'm going to bring all of these details up about who I am. The fact that I'm a high priestess, and that I'm a highly achieved spiritual teacher, to tell you the truth, and you don't know that, but you will, and I do. And I've just been suffering imposter syndrome for the past 3 or 4 years, but I know who I am. And so does everybody here that knows my grandmother. My grandmother and my lineage are connected to a different part of whatever the hell is going on with people. Really, we do the Christ aware, and we kind of, well, some people manage to stay away from it. Some people are directly having to do karmic, they need to work on their ancestral karma. That's what's happening now. Some people are really, because if you can imagine how connected you really are to something, like maybe you got sucked into that underground baby eating society, and like Oprah Winfrey, right? She doesn't know she eats babies, but she does. She's in compartmentalized trauma bond mind control, and it is that fucking very, like, it's that very real. No, they do this, and they have people sitting in the wings, and they release them, and then the man can run and start throwing flares, and he doesn't know he's doing that inside of hillsides and burning it up, and then he runs over there, and then he might get away or he might not. But see, the way he was able to do that is that because that's one of the many weapons that the underground is harboring, and they have millions per nation. I think it's something to the tune of 5 million people, and this includes newscasters and stuff like this. They all work very high paid. They know who they work for. They work for them, and they do that, right? They pay to run a line on people anywhere from, get this, protests that happen. They can send out 165,000 people that they pay. They are paid well. includes people that are paid well and they don't even know that they're standing kind of like this kind of thing. So back to the protesters, that they stage it. And of course, they're riling up, and it's time to have that revolution. Gosh, dog it. We're going to have a revolution. We're going to go right here. And from here, we're going to get away, man. We're going to fucking do it. Yay, revolution. There we go. We made it. We went back to the fucking same place. Now, they talk about a renaissance. And I don't know what a renaissance is. But I know what resonance is, and I was going to look that up, but I wish I had some help here. Can somebody fucking offer me to be a goddamn secretary? Sometimes I get on here, and I can't even put a title on it. It's scary. If you see there that there's not a title on it, and you watch it, and you want to participate, then just don't hesitate. Just say, hey, Shauna, I think that this one should be called Kabloop de Blop. But a lot of people don't do that. You'd be surprised. Fucking stupid fucking people. And you gotta be careful because AI is gonna find you and they're gonna try to make sense out of you. You know, you're not doing any essential work only. You don't do essential. You don't even know what essential means. So, and what time and what the hell. And see, I'm pretty much right down at the base as an intergalactic general. I know the human face. So, is this the same video? I'm just trying to make it long, and I'll be trying to channel. Well, I'm going to be channeled all night long. See, do you realize that what I was telling you is the truth? And so here we go. I guess I can only get to the youth, and they will. They'll take the torch because they're not fucking around. They want to play and they want to have fun, and their feet are on the ground. And those are the Aries on the rise. If you want to know the new leaders, it'll be those with just kind of, they don't really know in their eyes, but they're doing the right thing by just walking out of those schools. And their teachers, you know, they're probably, they get instructions to say, well, let the kids walk out. And because they don't really know what they're doing. The teachers are not teaching them why, too. They're just like, they're like, yes, they have their fucking useless idiot reason that you can make a difference. And has anybody ever, like, with the efforts that religions are doing, are we on heaven or earth or what, man, with all the prayer out there? And they don't even know what prayer really is. Prayer is just being grateful for everything you had. When peace flies on beating wings to settle deep within your soul. When there's no more past hanging around your neck like a rock, weighing you down with whatever grief you found. And when there's no more future hungering you away from this moment now. When this moment now becomes all there is and you finally realize and you fall on your knees and you are so grateful. You're like, whoa, no way, I've never known it like this. But it's just like this. See, when peace flies on beating wings to settle deep within your soul. And you can hear yourself saying, you're so grateful, your heart is pounding, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Basically, with that prayer, gratitude, now you're going to send it out. You're going to say it to the people, like this, 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 like this. Bliss, 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 chills, chills, feels. Oh yeah, I love you. I love this, like this moment now. That's all you got. If the people in churches were really praying, we would be in heaven on earth. Did you know that, in fact, earth is in heaven? There's that prayer, on earth as it is in heaven. They say, on earth as it is in heaven. No, what they're saying is, earth is in heaven. On earth as it is in heaven. So give us this day. There's the sunshine. But really, let the sun shine in. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. This is the dawning of the age. See, the same sun that, it's a metaphor that John Lennon talks about. He says, here comes the sun. It's all right. He has to tell you it's all right because if people panic when the dawn is coming for them, they're lucky, but they have a horrible experience of the mind going, oh no, what is happening to me? And it's like, well, you have to die. Fuck yeah. Yep, you've got to die. And then when that thing, see, it doesn't die until it sees itself And it's very difficult to get a mind to see itself. See, it's almost like trying to get a single finger to point back at itself, right? Or an eye to see its own eye, unless it gets a mirror. And so a mirror in this realm, you know, could be as simple as somebody that you're trying to have a relationship with. Yeah, exactly. And now it's time to do some work. But if you're with a narcissist or any other toxic person, just fragmented people, fragmented is the word they call it, because their mirror, their reflector, is in shards. It's like, it's not going to point maybe at you, and you're like, wait, I don't really have one eyeball and my mouth is over there. Why did that guy just give me this reflection that was not at all, like if you were to use reality as a witness, like where is his witness at? What happened to that? So you can become one with the outer sky. Your inner sky can be that way. You can just turn up your mind, relax, and float downstream. Stream. It is not dying. It is not dying. Come on. Lay down all thought. Surrender to the void. It is shining. It's the true light. It is shining. We were talking about the space between us all and the people, sorry, I'm remembering the words, who hide themselves behind the wall of illusion, never glimpses the truth, and it's far too late when they pass away. That's okay, just come again. Dance, 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 dance. I made this album, and I have the fucking CD, and I wrote the music, and I did a lot of the playing, and it's in my car stuck in my fucking CD player, and it's been in there for about 4 years or 5 now. Just stuck in there, and I can't get the CD out. If I got the CD out, I would download it here. I realized I can download my music on I got this for musical purposes, and nobody's here to help me with any of that. I have to do every single thing on my own. I guess it's because I chose a life that I don't have a family. That's pretty much it, right? And that doesn't make sense to me. Not at all. Family is an illusion. That's one of the biggest illusions you got to get over. I'll explain to you what family, how we know family. You know, there's a gang over there, and they kind of do private stuff, man. They are fucking crooks. They operate at night like thieves, and in the daytime they're like, hi, you know, I'll fix your window that I just broke last night for some money. If you want, I own a window business over there, but at night they go and break a bunch of windows everywhere, and then they're like, yeah, my window business is going to do fucking great, and nobody knows that that's happening. But there's your family, the family, right? The gang, the fucking mob. And babes, that place right there, nobody's secure. Really. They have a plot for you in the back, already dug. And if you are going to escape the family, if you're going to be talking anything, babes, you fuck your shit, bitch. We've already got it. And they will just push you in there, and you're out of the will. You're out of the will if you do not follow our orders. Those aren't good friends, by the way. You want to be around good friends. And I'm here to tell you also, with a much better tone of voice, you know, with the family thing, you got your mother and your brother. See, even your brother and your mother and your aunt and your uncle and your sister and your grandmother. And what is all the fucking other stupid step nieces and nephews and shit? All of those people have the capability of graduating themselves into becoming a human being, which is simply a good friend. Yep. My mom ended up, to me, to be a beautiful good friend, but she's a good friend to everybody, because why? She has the capacity to be a good friend. Well, human beings are a good friend. Non-human beings are the enemy posing as a good friend. That's basic. Did you get why Facebook was there? You were supposed to gather constituents, people that are capable of being friends. Well, that fucking flopped over. I didn't get on it right away. It was there. It opened up in 2001 or 2, and then I got on it on 2014, and it took me a long time. It took me 12 years. And when I started falling into trance and figuring out this language thing, I was meant to do this. And I did not waste my time. Nope, I didn't fry myself up with that fucking radiation for no reason at all. Nope, I'm about to do something for us all that it's fucking pretty weird. I can't believe it. It's surreal. Fuck it. I'm going to get us all that money back. The thing is you're not going to be able to handle it. Most of you don't. See, human beings don't need that money. They need it. Well, see, they need it because there is something going on that's funny. And they're like, well, see, we have to convert everything that they've weaponized into living-re. And they say that they're going to do that. They said it. They said, you know, there's lots of weapons that we're using right now. Who was it? Oh, fuck. Buck Fuller Meister, Master Brown, Mr. Beer. He said it. He says, oh, we have all of it together. We're doing free energy weapons. It's weaponry. And when we're done using it as weaponry, we will soon turn it into living-re. And he's a eugenicist. He's just saying, we're going to manage the population to our terms and how we can do it. Because as long as you people stay asleep, we're going to continue to try to manipulate it. And we would like a fully non-human occupation. They want to extinct, and it's well on its way. I was trying to tell you. I doubt that there's hardly 65 human beings in each nation, or from each nation. I mean, all together on the planet. That's what they mean, how serious the issue is. That's what I mean. That people walking around with empathy, that actually know how to solve fucking problems, are just going to be banished off the earth. And then there's going to be these people that don't bother to solve any problems, because if they start to solve the problems, it kind of rounds back to them. That's what the narcissist has a problem with, solving problems. Do you know what I mean? They're like, fuck. So they just don't do it. They're not good problem solvers. They're like, nope. They'll never go there, because it's a karmic thing. It might be loops and loops of incarnations of just thinking, well, when it comes to the point to solve the problem, and they see that there's the problems, whoops, well, come back again. Well, I gotta solve a problem. There's something fucking fierce going on, especially in my relationships. But you know what? You know, they just as soon shut you down before you can solve the problem. Hell no. No, be careful of those people. They're so dangerous. Narcissists are not that dangerous. They're kind of just stupid, right? And they're like, and they fall down. They're like, why did I get it? It's because they're just not really into the laws of physics or anything, it seems like. But then the sociopath, you'll never see a fucking more dangerous person in your life. Those people are fucking royally, authentically, absolutely scary. Yep. Yep. The way they look and everything. They are not as innocent as the fucking narcissist. And then you have narcissistic sociopaths. Ooh, that flavor right there. Oh my, talk about lethal. Oh my God. I'm handling that right now. I know it. And it's like, I got to take this to court. And they see, the courthouse knows about these kinds of demon possessed people. They're just waiting for people to come in and say, do you notice the demon possessed people out there, please? Do I get protection somehow? Because, oh my God. No, since 26 years ago, that courthouse converted itself into a completely, well, see, it had to be transparent after a while, and it is. The name on the building, it says criminally insane justice system. So they give themselves the power, and they have their own constitutional rights. They said, we'll have the right to bear arms and do all this stuff, and they do, right? They're walking around toting them, and they can kill you, they think. That's not right. By the way, how do you like my machete? So, is there anything I need to say left? No. This is the video where I told you about fear, and it only happens when you hear something in your ear. Otherwise, you see things. And you know it's safe. You got your feet on the ground, and it's sound. See, sound. It's just sound. When you're meditating, the main thing they say is like breathe, focus on your body, right? Get into your breath, even the sound of it. See, because now reality, it's just sound. You can hear somebody chattering over there. If you ever get really, really like into just neutralizing your entire expectation of any kind of word or anything, or any sound, just let it come in and happen, you wouldn't believe. I'm a meditator and I know what I'm saying. So I'll walk to the store, and then I'm in this very sound-oriented place, and it's just the silent movie. And silent movies are not free of sound. See, that's what they mean by take your right to remain silent. And you people don't have this down, who you're using those fucking officers as a prosthetic to beat on people. When people say something, they're not doing anything to you. If you can't handle a word or something, that's something wrong with that society. We're going to change it around, though. See, it's weird because outside they say, you can't say that, but inside, oh, they know that you can. Once you get into their vehicles and stuff, no, you can. I tested it plenty of times. Yep. Well, I've had a chance to test it. I don't know why I was sent here to do this, but yes, I do. I just can't believe I'm here. Why? Because you're not supposed to believe it. You got to be with it. Be with it, baby. All the language is going to change. Well, babes, you have to pay attention to what's going on. Why do you have vocabulary words if you don't know what they mean? And oh my God, how they cram it together. Woo, making this awful weather, right? Digging in a ditch to the pitch of a wicked witch. Everything is reversed and turned upside down, and all the children can see those smiles are really a frown. Yeah, and that's a sociopath. See, they smile, they're like, yeah, I got you. Like they're like, oh, I'm so wise. But no, their eyes, they stay like a fish eye. If you know about a fish eye, there's no expressions up here. They aren't happy. There's nothing. They're not really. They are steely ball, cold, fucking hearted people, and you can see it. No, it will raise the hair on. No, it's like, wait, and it's like, well, why am I feeling like this? No, that's a very dangerous person right there, and you'll get the feeling first, and hopefully you'll never experience how that if they want your attention and you never give it to them, like you just won't worship the ground that they walk on because you don't care for their money and their whole fucking attention whore fucking. They will target you. You become an easy target. No, they hate you automatically if you don't, turn your attention and say, God, God, that was so great what you did with your boogery fucking money going to Home Depot and sticking together a stencil that you never even created a single fucking bit of that. You're not an original thinker. So you couldn't probably come up with anything if you're out in the forest, right? Where's your tools, right? I mean, even if you had the tools. Like if the mill saw was sitting right there and all these things that were more complicated, rather than just going to get shit and then doing a little more with it because you saw the instructions. You know what I mean? That's what most of the backdrop and the narcissists are doing. They go, well, read the instructions and just put it together. And now it's like mimic it. And oh God, I cannot stand what's happening. It's happening so fast too. It's like, why is this happening? Well, a whole entire generation, me and people, need to rise up and say, babes, this is the way it was. The way that you pass information is eye to eye. You look at each other like this, and you don't let anything else go. Oh, what was that? You look at each other and say, what are we doing today? Yes, we have that down. Did you get the charcoal in the fucking water cleaning system? Cool, that's great. What is that guy? See, it's not like we don't communicate, and then all of a sudden somebody's pouring fucking fluoride and strontium in the goddamn water thing, like what happened up here, and it is dust! Within an instant this happened. But within an instant, take my word for it, babes, it could be flipped around. It can be, and I figured out a way to do it, and I'm going to do it. I'm deteriorating pretty fast. I think what's going to happen is that when I do it, I might just leave my body because I want to. But I have done my mission, and I'm ready to go out of this fucking shit show with a big, I don't care what any of you ever thought ever here. And I didn't just say that I didn't fucking knock your socks off and I didn't be there for you. And it's getting weird. And nobody's being there for anybody. The ones over there, I know they love me genuinely. I'm going to do this weird thing. I don't like this. What I have to do, it's a burden for me. Why? Well, I'm used to being free, but with this, I don't really have a choice. But see, what I know is it is pure, unadulterated excellence. I mean, I am going to execute something so fucking amazing. It is no different than when Luke Skywalker goes in, and I didn't even know, but it's coming more and more, babes. I'm offering you something to do here, which is, this is February 17th, and I might put this far ahead, but more closer. But there's some other videos that are going ahead. It's kind of, now I'm calling it my time machine. And it's like, this is interesting, because people are going to be like, what is going on here? And it's designed, babes. I know what the fuck I'm tapping into, and see, I've gotten so many more downloads, but I won't be able to tell you for another 6 months. I would rather try to see. I'm getting into yeah, I got my little chalkboard now to start drawing you like some almost equal to political pictures, but no more of what really it should look like. The real political pictures are very elaborate pictures of like scenes of certain things. Maybe there's a pony, and then there's a uh, something sitting on top of it, and then there's a turd coming down, and it's falling on a flower, and there's like all these different symbolism. I can do it. It's the political cartoons are not full of these. Well, let's draw a necktie guy with a big nose and this fucking black and white. There's a chair, desk, and then he says something about the right wing party over there, and then there's another joke that will respond with a dum dum, and there's another fucking politician guy, and he says, and but this papa, and it's so fucking irrelevant. These people that live on that kind of humor, oh my god. So I'm a comedian also. I do real humor. Real humor is what humans do. And what they know that makes the best comedy is the rawest, like facts of life kind of thing. You know, just make it funny though, see. Those are the best comedy acts, like George Carlin. But he didn't do it. See, no man can do it better than a woman. I'm not a biased person. I'm just saying this is a statement that is a fact that if you look it up, it's the truth because she's the leader here. And whatever he does, he should go through her because she does quality control. And having said that, none of the Home Depot shit and all the fucking crap going on, how it falls apart and then you gotta buy a fucking another one. I want, anybody listening to this, I want, and I need it because I live in a complicated situation. I'm very disciplined, right? It's snowing, wood, I gotta go get it. Sometimes I gotta walk outside and I need both of my hands and it's pitch black dark. And that's the way we live up here, by the way. You do not fucking put a light on because you don't know how to live. Just carrying a flashlight or a lantern and it's just temporary. But see, I want a headlamp. And it's at night. The nights are temporary, so you don't have to just permanently install something up here. And I'm about to put up notes and say, this is what we do around here. You can see it and keep it that way, please. And please remove whatever the fuck you're installing for whatever reason it is. You are being spiteful after you hear the residences here say to you, well, we would rather have it like this. And you would say, you know what? I don't care about you because I am a stinking narcissistic sociopath. And I'm so glad you're here because I'm now going to draw energy off of you by some way. Somehow, because I know that you're not going to give me any, and I want it. I see that you are an energy source. See, the narcissist and sociopath, all of them, they don't have their own inner energy source. They have to get it from the outer. So they do all of these ridiculous things, right? Like, oh, I'm going to build this and that, and I'm going to put this and that, and I'm just going to get and then people, now they are going to live on people coming by saying, fucking great John, Billy. I can't believe that some little boy was born just the other day and somebody fucking named them John. I like more impressive, babe. I met a woman and this boy, he was kind of amazing. His name was Brick. Brick. That's his real name. I like that name better than fucking holding on to some, okay, let's have another Gertrude. Well, Gertrude, I don't think anybody's named. I was wondering, is there anybody in the 2000s where they have a Gertrude? I doubt it. Nobody is going to stick anybody with an old fucking, especially that name that is named after a toilet over there. Watch out. You might feel a sensation of piece of shit going in your mouth or out, or maybe you are one. Maybe that's it. Are you a crap? John Crapper. Ugh. He invented the toilet. Go fuck. So they call it a John, man. You go in there and you piss and shit. God, just stop. Your name isn't even you. Somebody forced that on you. That's one of the things you got to take to the court. And first of all, and I am actually a tribal member, and I've gone through 3 names because I change. I fucking change. That's what tribals, the ancient humans do. They say, you know, There's my cat. She is so fucking cute. I can't take my eyes off. I'm telling you, this cat, she's not really a regular cat. She's from some other dimension. She's like a chinchilla slash gremlin type, like Jabberwocky or something. And you know how you think, well, the cuteness is going to go away when she's a kid. No, it has increased. And here she comes. So we're going to have a little moment together. Hey, say hi to everybody. You're a mascot. And you're the one who, you know, she's,
Yeah, because I'm my own owner's own mama. Oh, she's so sweet. She's so sweet. You want to have a little moment, sweetheart? Are you okay? Are you okay? Is everything okay? Oh, look at how cute you are. Look what we're doing. Do you see? So, watching the booning and mining running around. See? Oh, good. Yay. All the better she's going to ride with. Oh.
now she said, you know what? I know that if I, in this precise area, I might be able to see. She zones in on how to unplug the computer, how to unplug the place. So I hope you got the gist. It was supposed to only be 3 minutes, but I won't. I'm not a fragmented person, and I don't want to do that to you. I know that people want to hear something go on for at least an hour and a half, and then come out the other side with something that is like, wow, that was an amazing maze. That was amazing. Babes, please get into this beautiful fucking thing where it's right there. Right in front of your face. It doesn't get beautiful when you're like, well, I'm going to go to the criminal justice system and get some justice, and you walk in there, and it says the people versus you. And you're like, wait a minute, I thought it was the people. Well, here's what happens. See, you have to pierce through that bullshit on the first floor, and that's amazing. It's a fucking amazing scene. You can't even believe it. It seems impossible, and that's why people just say, fuck it. I'm just going to pay everything, and I'm going to go and have some more drink, and I hope they don't find out that I still drink and drive, whatever. See? And so, but no, you don't have to be that stupid, and I'm not, and thank God for me, right? You can thank me later. But if you do want to send me $5, really, I promise I'll get you well. If see, it depends on if you can declare that you are indeed a human being, and there would have to be something called a reality check that other people would be able to do. See, I can do it easily. I think I do. There was this one thing I was working on in my mind, how to solve this problem with this person, something going on with them, and I thought, well, how do I speak to that little boy? I don't know. So let me, that's actually inside of a giant person. That it's really a little one. That the person is full grown, but it's still just kind of stuck, and that's the narcissist right there. They mask their full on little boy insecurity. They never got it into they never got next to a real man in the man's world. It's very tedious for them to put their own intelligence on. Not always are they approaching another accomplished man. It could be a fucking idiot there that just says, oh, I'll take you out, boy. Now, I know this one, man. You know, when you see a girl, you just lift up her skirt and grab her ass, man. And that's what you do. And then, so come over here, I'm going to turn some screws. And he doesn't really even know how to do that right because he's way insensitive. Way too insensitive. So therefore, anybody with more empath like a woman, she'll do it in such a way that goes, boom, well, do it a little bit like that. And then she's much better than that fucking stupid idiot. And that's what the truth. I am looking at something, babes. I'm going to do TED Talks because there's something going on where people are trying to provoke me, I guess. This person, he's like, this is the hit thing. It was a very serious thing. They said, oh, Darwin. This is the next Darwin. And here's what they say. Saves the world. This person, this is the information that saves the world. And back to the Aquarius hymn. Fuck the world. Who wants to fucking save that? That's like saying, that's like the water company saying, oh, whoops, we poisoned the water accidentally. We poured a neurologically damaging poison. We have to be transparent about that. See, nobody would take them to the court. They were transparent and they're using their best security system. Let's just tell them and see what happens. You say, well, I'll be transparently going over to her to the court and grabbing a microphone. These people poured water poison. I know I'm drunk right now, but I put myself on the calendar. I gotta tell you right now. No, it's okay. I have a driver. I promise. But I can be here on my own. You don't have to just jerk me around and say, now you got to go there and find out what's going on because nobody will ever will. I found out. I put myself on the calendar. I can go there. You can go there anytime. Put yourself on the calendar and start talking to them and say, "Did you notice the last time when your officer came? He didn't even ask me. Like he was just. He's a gaslighter. That person was in. I have. You can go there and just say like this, Judge. I believe that there's incoherent people, negligent, that are now working because they don't seem to discern when it is a problem, when it's not. They think that when you hear something or just make a statement or you have a note, that's a violent act and it's a reason to really worry. In the past, see, my dad was a probation officer. No, in the past, it wasn't very long ago. See, I know a lot about this because I used to observe it through the people that are talking about it. No, in the past, an officer used to walk up to some petty shit like that. He would look at both of them and he wants to crack your fucking heads together because you're wasting his time. There's some violent crime going on there and you guys are just arguing. He's like, can you settle your differences? And if one of you decides to go, like if she actually or he actually comes over and starts pounding on your property, like really destroying it, or you, give us a call, will you? Otherwise, stop bugging me with your fucking whatever the fuck it is going on and you can't hear a single word but ignore it and then call and that. You people are going to pay big. Thank you. I didn't want that much money. I just wanted a little bit of a glove and my little fucking flashlight so I can go and get some. But now I'm gonna have to deal with an entire 33 trillion fucking $333 trillion, and I don't know what to do with it right now. I have to receive a fucking download to figure out how do we distribute it to the people that are able to have this conversation about reality. What is reality? If you can't come up with a 3-letter word right away and re-specify it, and it's always been that, and that's where we live. It's never not that. And then you can come up with some other words. What's reality? Reality is God. Yeah. Yeah, and then what do you mean? Because everybody has their own reality. No, they don't. They have their own perspective of reality. In reality, they have their own point of view, but so there is only one reality behind all realities. Yeah. And if it can talk, it could say, it would sound like this. I am always here for you. Basically, it's never going to go away. I will never leave you. I am the Alpha, the first, and the Omega, the last. There is nothing else outside of me. There is nothing before me or after me. I am the light. I am the truth. And I am the way. Nothing hocus pocus, like whatever the fuck they're thinking that somebody named Jesus was. See, it's not a person we're talking about. After all, it's never a who, but it's a how. And that's how we're going to solve these problems. Really, just take the illusion of that any one person can be the truth. Because that's Antichrist right there. It's like saying that the finger that points at the moon, say that's the moon, but it's really a disco ball. And then the finger says, look, I am a disco ball. No, that's Antichrist. That's the disco ball. You are a tool, like a word, or even a person, that must obligate itself to be a fucking reliable source of informing. Otherwise, you're turning against your organism. And let me tell you about that phenomenon if you don't understand it much. There are women here and they birth you. And then if you turn on them or anybody, you're turning on your own selves, you people. And you're not even having a fucking decent conversation. That's true. And I know. You're running for the hush money, right? It's all hush money. Yep. Yeah. So what I was talking about the courtroom over there, my God, since 2026 years ago, it's been empty and they have changed it all around. They're saying we're being transparent now. It's a criminal justice system. And the judge up there, 100%, you're supposed to know for a fact because you do know he is corrupt. He's not meant to solve your problems at all. No, you better know your fucking words and throw that attorney out. Unless you really have some things to do with the past. See, all they have is a record and you have to bring it up. And oh boy, see, that's what, nobody's doing that enough. And it's a burden. Nobody wants to do any of this. Hey, by the way, you stupid dickhead. I almost feel sorry for them. And they don't know that I love them. Even after they did all they did, I don't care. I have to because I don't want to get into their bullshit. They want hate and they love it. They do. They're like, oh God, yay. They want your pain and suffering and crying and bullshit. I tested it. So anyway, I did, and they don't even know it. So you would have to come up. You would have to, you would. It would be apparent that you're trying to make up something. They'll see it. The whole juror knows the difference between somebody making something up, contriving, and then somebody just pleading their case. So I got to go back to that moment. They record it all. There's a couple moments that were there, and then at the end she says, and told the demons that were trying to kill me, and they're still trying to do it. Yeah, they don't even know that they have that desire for power and control, and that's what they're doing. They're like, we found a target. It is so rich in energy. It's going to give us all this emotion. And it's like, yeah, I thank you for all the publicity. That's all it is. And then you know, you're giving them your records. I mean, you're the one using them, and anybody in their right mind, especially like a juror, they'll say, no, that's weird. How and then, do you have enough money? I hope. Do you know what it is to be homeless? Those people that you call riffraff, that you are prejudiced against, you just think they're scumbags, huh? If you're lucky, it happens to you in this lifetime that you feel what it is to be in the human condition, because you don't want to die and then have to come as a homeless family. Worse than that, but your arms will be missing and you need support, but nobody will give it to you. You better watch the fuck out and start getting on your knees, because you're very miserable, right? Whoever it is listening to this, if you're that miserable, ask for forgiveness from Jesus Christ, and then really be specific. Say, and if you are real to me, and I can heal, will you please give me some kind of sign? Please help me. Be specific. If you want it, if you were there with it, if you really do, you will be saved by that person that is just outside the field of this information field. And when they talk about a flat earth, they're talking about the nature of this reality. It's not what you think it is. It's just a membrane. It's very, very thin. You don't even know what's going on here, do you? Watch out for that neo-psychological homosexual society that is bearing down on just the organism that, like women who are just dead. They have lost themselves. They're a fucking certain servant to a warlock, and there is no chance of them getting anything of their real, like, embodiment, the feminine, that says, no, we won't do it like that because that's poisonous. We do it like this. And the man has to go through her. Otherwise, the place is going to look like hell. And welcome to the world, folks. Something went on. Am I burning? See how fucking weird everything is. If you can't see it, good. My eye is so open. And it's like, aren't you tired of buying the flashlight right here? I did. I bought a bitch and fucking, it's $27 now. That is fucking, it takes a lot to make that money for some people, right? And you're like, God damn, and you're supposed to just handle that everything's going to fall apart and you got to buy it again. That needs to end. It needs to stop. Fuck these people. My grandpa was a master builder, man. He fucking invented. So he was a machinist. He contributed so many. He invented so many different snap-on tools to do things like, and made inventions for like railroad track, making railroad ties easier. He was responsible for something about the roads to make it better. He made so many things. He didn't work with wood either. That was just a hobby. He was a fucking master carpenter. And then he got elder age. He made the papers because he started giving the patents away. He started giving his ideas. He didn't need the money anymore, and he just kept inventing. And he made the papers, and that's my great grandpa. That's who I was in my last lifetime. So I know how it should be. I know where I come from, And my point is, did I make a point at all? I can say all of this and nobody can fucking harass me because I take my freedom to speak. Some people are taking their freedom to lie. And that's why they don't like our freedom of speech. Because it's different. And they try to shut that down, but they can't. I fucking totally know that we still have freedom of speech. There's something going on where they're overstepping boundaries, and it is indeed clubbing. It is literally getting a club and hitting you on the head and say, yeah, you thought you don't have any power here. And it's like, bullshit, I don't. You don't have any intelligence. True intelligence is power. And that's the woman's side, hun. She's born with hers. She doesn't have to search it. She's completely intact. Men, they're not. And they're really insecure about that until they find the man's world and they get in there and they listen to the man. They're like, okay, now here's how you do it, boy. Do you see that hood right there? It's like she has a hood right there. It's like a woman. You can see she's beautiful, right? But she's right there. Now you don't lick right up the middle. Don't do that. Hit this side, keep going. You're going to listen to her. That's a man's talk right there. You got to listen to her. She's going to let you know by using, she says, listen to her breathing. Now you got to get it right. When you do, remember exactly what you did. That's a man. A man is going to say also, he's not going to do jock talk about women. He's going to say, no, this is the way you please her. Oh, you're going to love it. Because you lift right up, get in there, and with her orgasm, you don't have to move. She's going to naturally pull you. You only take 30 seconds, you're gone. You come at the same time and you go to sleep. Wow, was it worth it? 58 fucking minutes? Really? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Beep!